Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, we're diving into a filing that's like finding an old burger in your fridge. You know it's there, you might have forgotten about it, and opening it might not be the prettiest experience. But hey, let's see what's inside this 8KA from 1847 Holdings. Basically, they bought a company and are now showing us the receipts. So, this isn't just any filing, it's an amendment, meaning they're adding to a report they already filed. This one's an 8KA, which is like saying, oops, we forgot something. The original report was about 1847 Holdings buying a company called CMD, and this amendment is all about showing us CMD's financial statements, like their report card.
The date of the original event was back in December of 2024.
The company we're talking about is 1847 Holdings LLC. They're based in New York.
Their SEC file number is ZOL05612 if you ever need to look them up.
And their tax ID is 38 to 3922937. Now you know their secrets. They have common shares traded under the ticker symbol EFSH. You can find them on the NYSE American LLC exchange. So, what happened? Well, a subsidiary of 1847 Holdings, called 1847 CMD Inc., bought all the stock of CMD Inc. and the membership interests of CMD Finnish Carpentry LLC, which together they call the CMD companies. They made the purchase based on an agreement from November of 2024, with some changes made in December. Think of it like buying a house, lots of paperwork and sometimes a few last-minute tweaks to the deal.
The reason for this amendment is that they needed to include the financial statements of the CMD companies. It's like showing the bank statements of the house you just bought, just to prove it's not secretly a money pit.
This is because of items 9.01a and 9.01b of Form 8K. Don't worry about the numbers, just know it's a rule that says, if you buy something big, show us the financials. Okay, so what financial info are they showing us? We've got the audited financial statements for CMD companies for 2023 and 2022. Audited means someone checked the numbers to make sure they're not completely made up. There are also unaudited financial statements for the first 9 months of 2024 and 2023. Unaudited means they haven't been checked by an outside party, so take them with a grain of salt. It is worth noting that unaudited does not mean they are inaccurate. It just has not been verified. These financial statements are Exhibits 99.1 and 99.2. Exhibits are just documents that are attached to the main report. Think of it like adding pictures to your homework to make it look fancier. They've also included something called pro forma financial information. This is basically a what-if scenario. It shows what the combined company would look like financially after the acquisition. It's like imagining what your house will look like after you renovate it. That pro forma information is in Exhibit 99.3. There are a bunch of other exhibits too, like the purchase agreement itself, plus all sorts of warrants, promissory notes, and agreements, all the boring stuff. Let's try to dive into what all this means with some more simple language. So CMD companies got bought. In 2022, their total revenue was about $27,953,000, but they did have a net loss of around $42,000. It is important to mention revenue refers to all the money they brought in. In 2023, their total revenue went up to around $31,384,000. They did even better. They also made a bit of a profit of around $673,000. Next, for the 9 months ended September 30th, 2024, their revenue reached about $24,636,000. While the year before, it was around $23,638,000. Profit in the 9 months ended September 30th, 2024 was about $933,000.
It also mentioned that the unaudited pro forma combined financial statements are prepared for illustrative purposes only and are not necessarily indicative of the combined financial position or results of operations of 1847 Holdings and CMD companies that would have been realized if the acquisition had been completed as of the dates indicated, or that may be realized in the future. Now let's talk about what this all really means. Alright, So 1847, Holdings decided to buy CMD companies. CMD does finish carpentry, which is like the fancy wood trim you see in houses. 1847, Holdings probably thinks CMD will help them make more money, or maybe they just like wood. Looking at CMD's numbers, they seem to be doing okay. Their revenue is going up, and they even managed to make a profit in 2023. That's good. It means they're not losing money hand over fist. But here's the thing. The pro forma numbers are just a guess. They're saying, hey, if we put these two companies together, it might look like this. But who knows what will really happen? Maybe they'll work great together, or maybe they'll fight like cats and dogs. Also, remember those unaudited numbers. They haven't been checked by an outside expert. That means they could be a little off, so we need to be careful about trusting them completely. So, what does all this mean for 1847 Holdings? Well, it depends. If CMD keeps doing well, it could be a smart move. But if CMD starts losing money, it could drag 1847 Holdings down with it. Basically, buying a company is always a gamble. You're betting that things will go well, but there's always a chance they won't. As always, do your own research and invest responsibly. Overall, I'd say I'm neutral on 1847 Holdings right now. CMD seems like a decent company, but there's always risk involved in acquisitions. We'll have to wait and see how things play out over the next year or so. Maybe in the future, they will be worth the money. Who knows? With the stock trading around $1, I think it's a risky one and is best avoided unless you know what you're doing. Thanks for watching Corporate Decoder. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate filings. See you next time.